Welcome back to Business Breakfast and Bedhead. I actually do these live calls on Instagram. I would love for you to come and hang out with me at them. So if you don't already follow me at Dawn Bradley, DAWNBRADLEY, should have made a song about that. Go follow me there because then you can take part in these live calls and can actually chat with me. But if you can't make them, no sweat. Now they're going to be here. So welcome to Business Breakfast and Bedhead. Buckle up, friend, and let's dive in. I overthink, I overshare, and I overanalyze. So come explore with me as I chat about business, life, and relationships, all through the lens of an anxious creative. Good morning. I'm going to share with you guys how my late cancel paid for their appointment, offered to pay, offered to give me their credit card, and I want to be able to help you create this in your business as well, because I know how hard it is to have policies and feel like they're disrespected, feel like they get walked through, or just be scared to enforce them. What if my client leaves? What if they leave a bad review? What if they, whatever the fear is that comes up for you, and I want you to share with me in the comments. I'm gonna help you bust that and create a more substantial, long-term sustainable business with trust, respect, loyalty, and authority. So good morning and welcome to Business Breakfast and Bedhead. I'm your host, Dawn Bradley. And if you didn't know, if you don't catch these lives, you can always go re-listen to them on The Anxious Creative, wherever you listen to podcasts. But I want to share with you guys this story. So there had been a snowstorm here in Calgary, and I live a 7-minute drive from my salon. And it took me about a half an hour to 45 minutes to get there that morning. The roads were that bad. My client, who had come in for a paid consultation and was coming in for her first appointment, called me and was like, look, I left my house 90 minutes early. I'm still stuck in traffic. Good morning, Burgundy. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get there. I know you're really strict about your cancellation policy. Just charge my card. And I remember being like, whoa, my client is stuck in a circumstances that she prepared ahead of time. She left 90 minutes when normally it would be a 20-minute drive. She did everything she could in her power. It is out of her control. And yet she respected me and my business so much that she said, just charge my card. And so I want you guys to be able to create this in your business. It's not about, and I'm curious, those of you guys that are here, if your client offered to pay for their no-show or their late cancel that's out of their control, would that feel like you'd be okay with waiving the fee, but you'd feel respected, as opposed to someone being like, hey, this is out of my control, I can't make it, and they don't offer? You'd kind of feel slighted. Would your client offering to pay be enough of a consolation that you'd be like, you know what, thank you, I feel respected, and you'd be more willing to waive the fee? I'm curious, put a 1 in the chat if that'd be you. Because that feeling of your client understanding and respecting your business and respecting it's your livelihood is huge. Yes. And so what I think really comes down to it is we want to feel like it's always better when they offer. However, we can't guarantee that. And I want you guys to know, I see it's your frustration that you feel when people late cancel and no-show is legit. However, you can't let that frustration be used to point the finger at the client, being like they should offer to pay. Now, it's great when they do, and it means that you've definitely built trust, respect, loyalty, and authority in your communication pathway with your clients through your consultations, and this is what I teach in the policy pathway, is my communication pathway and my consultation guide to help alleviate having to ever follow through, but I also teach you how to follow through. And so what happens, and I know Kelly, I have a screenshot of a text from you and your client where your client had to late cancel and you said, yeah, no worries, just want to remind you of my policy. And they're like, oh yeah, you know what? I can't remember what it said. I found it recently. And either they said, just charge me, or they said, I'll find a way to come in. And so a lot of times people will test the waters unknowingly, unconsciously, be like, hey, I can't make it, I got to cancel. And you go, yeah, no problem. Just want to remind you of the policy that you agreed to. And they go, oh, that's right. Actually, let me see if I can figure things out. So knowing that a lot of times just reminding them, it's not even a forceful, aggressive thing. And I know that you as a people pleaser are scared of an unpredictable response. What if they get mad? What if there's a conflict? I don't know. My nervous system, you go into that fight, flight, or freeze. And so what you need to learn to do is less about how to create the perfect script and how to say things perfectly, but you need to learn how to confidently adapt in a conversation, improvise, and have a regulated nervous system. So if you have your confidence, when you work on your internal confidence around your policies, around your business, and you can be adaptable in a conversation, you can have improvisation skills to navigate how they respond, and you can have a regulated nervous system, means you're not going up and oh, what do I do, and panic and overgive, or don't worry, or brush things under the rug. And what you tend to do is when your nervous system goes up like that, you self-abandon your business, your finances,
and you just do whatever it takes to make that person calm, or not even calm, make that person have a predictable response that makes you feel safe. So what you're doing is you're actually avoiding, because there's something about enforcing your policy that makes you feel unsafe. You're afraid of an unpredictable response. Maybe it's about initiating a conversation and you're worried that it's going to go sideways, or you're worried something bad's going to happen. And even though you know that this person is super chill and calm, you still have this innate fear in your body from something in your past, right? The fear of conflict and confrontation is so terrifying that you're willing to sabotage your income. And the wild thing is that when I did a poll of over 1,000 service providers, on average, from late cancels, no-shows, and emotional discounts, which is all avoidance of enforcing a policy or following through on something because you're nervous of an unpredictable response, you're actually on average losing $15,600 a year. On average. That means some are more, some are less. And here's the thing, I don't want you to shame yourself for this. You are doing this as a way to keep yourself feeling safe. Have your nervous system feeling safe. And so what I'm here to do, my Policy Pathway program gives you the step-by-step plan, gives you a plan to follow, but also builds the confidence in yourself, helps you regulate your nervous system so that you can follow through on your policies without a fearful reaction of something bad happening. Without this fear of like, what if there's an unpredictable response that I don't know how to respond to? We're going to create adaptability, improvisation, and a regulated nervous system while going through the conversation, the communication pathway so that you can build trust, respect, loyalty, and authority with your clients. If that sounds good to you, put a 1 in the chat. This is really, really important for me to share with you guys today, is that when you build that trust, respect, loyalty, and authority at the beginning with your clients through the consultation, it alleviates so much stress and fear later on. However, if you don't have that set up now, it's not too late to start. I actually teach how to do it, implement it with existing clients, and then also how to navigate it when you need to maneuver through a tough situation. So the way I teach, the way I communicate with what my students are experiencing in the Policy Pathway is a newfound confidence in their ability to communicate compassionately, kindly, and empathetically so that clients don't feel like you're doing something to them or at them, but they understand you're doing it for them. That's actually helping your business stay open for the long term, to create sustainability so that you can continue to serve your clients and give them the services that they're used to getting. And so know that when you can change this mind frame, you're not punishing your client. You're not trying to grab free cash for not doing anything. It's actually your policies are there not to scare people away from canceling or no-showing or whatever your policy states. Your policy is there for insurance for your business to keep the doors open. It's not a scare tactic. A lot of people think policies are a scare tactic and then they're upset when someone does the thing. Well, I have a cancellation policy. Why are they no-showing? Well, what does your policy state? It states there's a consequence if someone no-shows. So now it's your job as a business owner to follow through on the consequence. And when you've compassionately and kindly communicated the consequence of that, then it's not so scary to set it in place. And so that's what I'm all about. But this is a really quick live this morning because I'm actually going to do some hair with a client this morning. But if you guys have questions, hit me up. I want you to know that you can enforce policies without being aggressive or assertive. And you can do it in a kind, compassionate way that your clients get on board with without having like a irate, upset response back. You can actually create a way that they offer to pay, which is wild. And so I love, like, my students in the Policy Pathway are totally killing it, and I'm really, really excited to be able to share it more with more of you because you are going to love it. Okay, but I gotta go. So have a great day. Start thinking about how you can kindly, compassionately, and empathetically communicate to your clients the consequences of the policies if they don't follow through. So when you have to enforce them and take responsibility for your business, it's not so scary. And if you need someone to lean on, I got you. I'm cheering you on. I know you've got this. I believe in you, probably more than you believe in yourself. And if I can do it, you 110% can do it. So let's get on it. Let's take messy, immediate, imperfect action today. I'm proud of you for being here. I'm proud of you for showing up. Now go implement. And until tomorrow, stay weird, friend. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast and for tuning into Business Breakfast and Bedhead. Like I said, I would love for you to join me live on these over on Instagram. So once again, just look up Dawn Bradley and let's connect. Shoot me a DM, send me a screenshot, tag me in your stories of listening to this or what you took away from this. Those comments, that feedback really makes my day and helps me know that these things are landing and that you want to hear more. I do these lives and I do this podcast for you to help you, and your feedback means the world to me. And if you enjoyed this episode, help me spread the love. Share it with a friend, a coworker, family member, or leave a review. And make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future episodes. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Until then, friend, stay weird.